Hey everyone, this is Ferro and with this video check 12 tips to help you succeed in your Dave the Diver gameplay. Number 1 is to purchase your diving equipment upgrades strategically. In different points of your gameplay and in the story you'll need different levels of equipment upgraded. The most important is definitely your diving suit. The more you advance in the story, deeper you'll go in your diving, so it's important that your depth limit is longer. Secondly, you want to upgrade your harpoon gun as soon as possible. You have your weapons, but you cannot always rely on having ammunition with you, so find yourself using the harpoon constantly. When fully upgraded, it does more damage than most weapons and is very quick to use. For other pieces of equipment, keep upgrading them as you feel necessary. Number 2 is to purchase and upgrade the best weapons. You have a big selection of guns and respective upgrades, but you don't actually need every single thing that DIVER has to offer, especially because if you want to get everything you need a lot of materials and that can be an insane grind. You want something that does the best job for your end goal, that is to get fish alive to have more quantity of fish for the restaurant. And for that, I recommend to upgrade the net gun to the maximum until you have the steel net gun. You also want to put fish asleep, so a tranquilizer upgrade works the best. And my choice for that was the tranquilizer triple axle, as it sends 3 shots instead of 1, so your chances are triple, but you need to be close to the fish. If you want to keep your distance, probably the sniper rifle is what you're looking for. Number 3 is about getting the best hires in the restaurant. While working in a restaurant, you want to hire the best employees for the kitchen and for service. If you have the branch open, you need 4 cooks and 4 servers in total, and after some experimentation and some search online, I found out that the more convenient cooks to have are Maki, Yon, Charlie and James, while the best servers are El Nino, Raptor, Itsuki and Ko. Remember that in the hire page, you can also check the max out stats for each character before you hire them by going to the details option. Distribute them as you feel it's the best while considering their skills. Make sure you have them at least in level 7 so both skills are unlocked and you don't have repeated skills in one restaurant. You want to be diverse, especially with the servers. Having people that can at least serve both type of drinks and clean is key for success. Also make sure to upgrade servers before cooks, as the cooking will be done faster than serving. Number 4 is about the dispatch option. This is something that a lot of people miss, including myself, as it's not obvious to find out. In the employee section, you have a tab showing those that are not assigned neither to the kitchen and to the service, but you can still use them. You can dispatch them to find seasoning ingredients like olive oil, salt, black pepper, mayo and other stuff for your dishes. And the best staff to dispatch are those with higher procure skills like Davina, Masayoshi, Pai and Yuzuke, so make sure to level up these first, but the best thing you can do is to hire every single employee and dispatch them all so you can max out your search. It takes 1 full day to get these ingredients, and after that you can immediately send them out again for the same stuff, or you can assign them to new ingredients. Remember that the higher the procure stats are, higher is the quantity of ingredients that they can bring out to you, and you can also get some bonuses. Number 5 is about the best dishes to use on your menu and the auto supply option. It's obvious that you want to do the best profit possible every night, and for that you need to sell the best dishes. By advancing in the story mode, you'll go deeper in your divings, you'll find new fish and unlock new dishes that are more expensive. And at some point you'll have so many dishes unlocked that you need to focus only on the best ones. You must ignore cheaper dishes and you want to focus on enhancing dishes that have a higher price and have ingredients and fish that you can easily get in big quantities. That's why it's so important to optimize Otto's farm and your fish farm, but we'll talk about that later. And remember that your best dishes will change. At some point in the game you'll have those dishes with a great price that you sell every night, but after finding new fish, other new and more expensive dishes will appear and you should discard those you're selling before. With all this in mind, I recommend that you focus in between 8 to 12 dishes only, as in some nights you can be missing ingredients for one specific dish, or you're just saving them so you can enhance it later. And then you have the auto supply option when putting dishes on the menu. Remember that dishes not sold will be thrown away, and that's why you must not add several at once. Add just one quantity of each dish to the menu, then select that dish again and activate the auto supply option. This will minimize the quantity of ingredients sent to the bin when the restaurant closes. Do that for every dish in the menu every night when you open the restaurant. Number 6 is about the seasonal events. From time to time you'll get emails about some events that are dedicated to some type of fish or ingredient, and you must not ignore this. There are a total of 8 different events: jellyfish, tuna, marlin, shark, cucumber, curry, shrimp and lobster parties. After getting the notification, you have some days to prepare dishes related to the theme, so it's good that during those days of preparation you avoid using those ingredients to have enough during the party. If you are unsure which dishes you must use for the party, the game will tell you when selecting dishes to the menu by putting a pink bow tie on the bottom left corner of the dish. It's important to not ignore these events because during the night of the party, a lot of customers will ask for one dish related to it. If you don't have any, the customer will leave unsatisfied and your revenue when the restaurant closes will be much less than the normal night. You don't need to have all party related dishes in the menu, you can have a mix, but it's good to have at least 4 or 5 dishes with ingredients from the party theme. Number 7 is about the branch. At some point in the game you'll unlock the branch, and if planned correctly, this will help you to make much more money. The branch requests to have a manager, and from my experience the best choice here is Dre because it maxes out the branch rank when he's at level 10 and the branch popularity when he's at level 14, meaning that you don't need to level him up a lot to have the branch at the maximum. Then select your top 2 cooks and servers to have the branch running during the night. You also need to transfer ingredients from the restaurant to the branch, enough for them to cook dishes. For me, it worked pretty well just to make sushi by sending only fish that I had in big quantities from the fish farm and that I was not using in the restaurant. As fish is the only ingredient for sushi, that worked perfectly because I don't have dishes with 3 or 4 ingredients and was easy to manage it without wasting too much time and without having to think which ingredients I could or could not take from the restaurant. Another important tip when working on the branch staff options is to select the operation policy to have it on price, so they automatically sell the more expensive available dishes first. With this method I was making between 20 and 30k every night just from the branch. Number 8 is about the best way to use Dave in the restaurant. Dave is slow, gets tired quickly and cannot do much to help the servers, so it's really important to use him in a smart way to have the best performance during the night. For this you want some servers that at least can serve all types of drinks, tea, beer and cocktails. Using Dave to serve drinks takes a lot of time and there is a big margin for error, so we must avoid doing it ourselves. You also must have someone with the skill to clean, but you also want to do it with Dave because the server will not have enough time to do everything even if they are at level 20, and losing a customer because the table is not clean for them is a good quantity of money you don't get on that night. My best options for server in this case were El Nino and Raptor. On the wasabi maker, also use Dave even if you have someone with the skill to do it. It's a quick task that Dave can do, and with this you avoid having a server wasting time on that, especially if the other server is cleaning or serving drinks and there is still a lot of dishes to deliver. About the dishes, see which customers are closer to Bancho and try to pick those dishes to deliver. This way Dave doesn't have to run long distances to the other side of the restaurant, as will get super tired and will take time to recover. It will not always happen, especially if your servers are fast and pick up those dishes before you, but if it can be done, it will save a lot of time. And finally, always run with Dave, but don't let him get exhausted. You must run to make things a bit faster, but if the stamina bar is emptied, Dave will take 1 or 2 seconds to recover, and that can make a huge difference in losing or not losing a customer. At the end of the night, the goal is to serve every single person that takes a seat and not having anyone to leave unsatisfied because they couldn't eat. Number 9, let's talk about Otto's farm. Here is where you basically get all vegetables for your dishes. The most important thing is definitely the rice. When possible, expand the rice field to the maximum so you get a good quantity of rice every time. About the vegetables, you don't need to buy them from Otto. They're very expensive and you just get a few from him. Instead, buy the seeds you need. As I said before, you should be focusing only in a few dishes and you must know which vegetables those dishes need. You don't want to farm every single vegetable possible because the field is not big enough for that, and also the more different seeds you are growing, less vegetables you get in the end. So do a good balance between your best dishes and the seeds you need for those. And once you get Sammy, you should hire him. At the start it looks like he's very expensive, especially if you are still not making a lot of money from the restaurant, but later he's very inconvenient just to save time from collecting every single grown thing. Make sure you give him a good quantity of seeds that you need planted, some nutrient compost to keep fields healthy, harvest up fertilizer to get more quantity, and growth fertilizer to have vegetables sooner. Then if some of your dishes use eggs, slowly buy all the 15 chickens. And I really recommend the chicken feeder while using the high quality feed. Remember that a full feeder only lasts for 3 days and you must go there to refill it. In my opinion, the egg storage is too expensive and unnecessary. If you go to the farm from time to time, you'll get the eggs anyway. And finally, get the upgraded sprinkler. It only costs a total of 9,000 gold and it saves you a lot of time, the fact that you don't need to water every single square of ground. Number 10 is the fish farm. When diving and catching fish, eventually you'll have eggs that go directly to the fish farm for them to grow. You need at least 2 of each to have the chance of farming more of that same fish. Taking the same strategy from Otto's farm, you just want to farm fish that you need for the dishes that you are selling at a higher price. Also consider to have something for your branch, you should sell different dishes in both restaurants. About the level of the area of each tank, you should just upgrade it if you see that the density is frequently above 100%. Every day control the quantity of fish in each tank and send the extra to the restaurant or to the branch. Even if you have some fish that you don't use in your dishes, I don't recommend that you sell it as you don't make much money out of it, and also you never know if later you don't find a new and better dish to use with that specific fish. Regardless, if you see that you have some fishes that you're just accumulating and not using, you're better just removing it from the tank. When sending fish to the restaurant, remember to always keep at least 2 so you keep farming them. Once you get the practice of managing the fish farm and you keep using the same type of dishes, it will be fast to collect what you need from the tanks and very easy to understand which fishes you should and shouldn't keep. Number 11 is about feeding the cats. You most likely notice that Momo the cat is in a restaurant during daytime and you can interact with him. In your divings you'll find cat food that later you can use to feed Momo, and after a few days doing this, a cutscene will happen where you discover something about Momo and also unlock Momo's secret trophy. After that you can feed Moshi instead, and doing it 20 times will unlock the Catman trophy. Anyways, be a good owner and never forget to feed your cats. Number 12 is about completing Marinca. It's not necessary, but it's satisfying if you can complete every single card in the Marinca app. You get a card for every new fish that you catch, and depending the method used, the card can have 1, 2 or 3 stars. The Marinca app is divided in 9 parts according to the depth or area of the fish, nocturnal, seahorses and crabs. Doing this is just an hobby, it's like catching Pokemon. Actually, if you notice, the app's phrase is "gonna fish them all", and Sato, the guy that introduces the app to you, looks like Ash Ketchum. Anyway, the majority of the fish are easy to find, with some exceptions, and once you find all the cards, a secret will be unlocked and an extra mission will be given to you. You don't need to have all gold cards for this secret, just getting all the fish is enough, but if you intend to get all gold cards, remember that the steel net gun and the tranquilizer gun will be your best options for that. And this is it everyone, I hope these 12 tips help you in your gameplay. Remember that a lot of these are just my opinion and my experience, other players can do things differently that work as well. If that's your case, share your methods in the comments, and if you liked the video, click like. If you didn't subscribe yet, don't forget to do it. I'll have more gameplay videos, trophy guides and some streams to share with you in the future. See ya!